we need to talk a little bit about Becky Lynch because she has come under significant fire for comments which she made on Monday Night Raw. She was talking about Birmingham and her dislike for Birmingham, and said the only thing to ever come out of there which is good is Ozzy Osbourne, but he even knew that he had to get out of Birmingham and go to LA, which she described as a proper city, which is something which, if you've ever been to LA, I don't really think you'd be saying. But I was like, look, Birmingham's not a nice place, but LA is a million times worse. But anyway, she then went on to say that if she lived in Birmingham, she'd be dead too. These comments, they've gotten a lot of fire and a lot of mainstream fire here in the UK. A lot of news sites are talking about this and they are not happy at all. And Ozzy Osbourne's own daughter, Kelly Osbourne, has come out and spoken about this. She called it disgusting and all of this. Look, at the end of the day, heels get heel heat. But also at the end of the day, the dude died 3 weeks ago. It's far, far too soon, at least in my opinion. But Josh, what is your take? Do you think she or WWE need to make an apology for this?
Yeah, this is massive news. I didn't even realize how big this was until I did more research on it. In the UK, I'm sure it's even bigger mainstream, but in the US at least, People.com, Fox News, Sports Illustrated, they've all covered this story. This is a big time story. Like WWE and Becky Lynch are getting legitimate heat around the world, not even just from professional wrestling fans in the community. So, Becky Lynch is a heel. It's wrestling 101 for the villains to insult the crowd's hometown. You see it with everyone. It was one of those promos where, when she said it, my eyes popped. Like maybe too soon, definitely too soon, really. And, I think that's the case here. It was too soon. To be fair, she was trying to praise Ozzy Osbourne in heel fashion, but it was just too soon to make that comment. And I feel bad for Becky because, this is hitting global news, and it really was the WWE's writers teams that likely wrote that for a promo. I highly doubt she made that up on her own, to be honest. So she's actually taking the real life heat from the world and the Osbourne family, and it wasn't actually her that wrote the comment or the joke or for the promo, which kind of sucks. But I'm sure WWE has reached out to the Osbourne family to apologize. If they haven't, I think they should. It was too soon. It's heel work. It did prove that she's over as a heel, but it's a tough comment to make that soon to the death, especially in a place where he's such a legend and an icon. It's just, it wasn't a good idea. It's that simple.
I completely agree with you, Josh. We've got a couple of comments here. Firstly, Taylor Jones saying, Becky Lynch needs to say sorry and don't be sarcastic when she says it. Honestly, at this point, I do think it is probably in her interest and WWE's interest to just do something on social media, just apologizing about it. Don't make it on screen in kayfabe. Just do it, outside of that realm. And just,
yeah. All I could think when I saw the story, though, is fellow Irish icon. I'm here to apologize for absolutely nothing. If she does that, oh my goodness, it's awful.
She shouldn't do that.
I'm not suggesting
she cannot do that.
She can't.
That's dreadful.
No. I know. No. That's what I'm saying. But when it first happened, before I obviously it's way too soon with the Aussie stuff and whatnot. All I could think is that's what's coming.
That's dreadful.
As the story developed, it was oh man.
And they shouldn't do that, but the heat they would get, how over she would get, it stinks to think about, but true.
It would work.
If it was in Birmingham, she would. If she says that line in the States, she might get cheers. That's the thing. I don't even know if it would be heat at that point. But Say says no because she was big upping Ozzy Osbourne. She didn't say nothing bad about him. That is true, but especially that last line saying that if I lived in Birmingham, I'd be dead too. That's kind of where she did go over the line. And again, this guy died 3 weeks ago. If this was a year ago, it wouldn't be an issue, right? Maybe the daughter might have done the story. I don't know. But I think a lot of fans would be on her side. But it's the fact of it's been 3 weeks and you're basically making jokes about someone's death.
Yeah,
I mean, that
too
is pretty
soon
poor.
Is I think the biggest problem too. And then, like you said, the last line. But
Yeah.
if you avoid the last line, I actually thought it was okay. It was tongue in cheek because it was just shocking enough. The last line is really the kicker for me. That's where it's like, okay, no,
Yeah.
it's way too soon to say anything about death. It's only been 3 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, they were towing the line, and then suddenly they just went
Right.
completely off the cliff. Fernando says, Clark, you would make an excellent heel in wrestling. That is
We all
true.
know that.
I appreciate that. No, honestly, that's my life's work. I think I might be an internet heel someday.
Yeah, you already
Right,
are.
I think you're an internet heel now, Clark, honestly.
Yeah.
No, I think I'm
Until
kind of a
Ignacio
tweener.
comes into it.
The Clarkamaniacs.
Then-
I've got I'm
Back
more of
in
a
the-
tweener.
I think your prime as a heel was the 2023 Cody tie clip. That was your
Oh,
prime.
Yeah,
was
no,
brutal.
that was my biggest heel run.